You're watching WCSD from Calloway County High School.
Hello and welcome back to this week's Sheriff's Report. I'm MCKENNA Friedrich and today I have with me Sheriff Sam Steger. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me as always.
And today we're going to talk about the 3 H's, which is heroin, hunting, and holidays.
That's correct.
Since hunting is already in season, we're going to start out with that. And we were talking earlier about the Snipe Creek Hunting Lodge. Do you want to explain that?
Sure. Right now we are in full swing of the deer hunting season, and we have a lot of people out there in their deer stands, looking for that big one. Sunday we had a slight problem, a case that we were working on with the Snipe Creek Hunting Lodge. That's a hunting lodge down in the eastern end of our county. Very popular. It's a paid hunting. It's like a guide service for hunters to come in here from all over the place in hopes of killing that big deer. Sunday, we received a call to go down there, and somebody had vandalized their deer stands and their deer houses there on the property, and we're trying to figure out who the culprit is. The Snipe Creek Lodge, that's how they make their living. And people pay good money to come in there and have that have their hunt. So as you can see in the pictures that we have, they literally tied chains or whatever to a truck or an ATV, drug their gun houses across the fields, cut the legs off of the deer stands there that are strapped to the trees, so we're trying to figure out who did this, why they would have done it, and hold them accountable for it. Snipe Creek is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest of the suspects, and CRIMESTOPPERS, Murray-Calloway County CRIMESTOPPERS, is also offering a cash reward for information that leads to the arrest of the individual or individuals that have done this. And from the CRIMESTOPPERS end, you can call their number 270-753-9500 right there on the screen, and your tip can remain anonymous. Nobody will ever know that you're the caller, and we're just looking for any information that might lead us to who's responsible for this. There's a lot of time and money invested in the hunting season. Mm-hmm. A lot of people invest a lot of time and money there. So the people that are coming in from out of state, for instance, going to those hunting lodges, they expect a good hunt. Yeah. And so we'd like to figure out who did that.
Have they started on any of the repairs on these?
I don't know if they have. I haven't talked to them since. So I talked to Chris yesterday. Not sure exactly what they were, if they had started the repairs. But that's the repairs to those, like the gun houses. That's timely. You could see the picture there of the big hole that it had in one of those. That's just not something that you just patch up. So, and of course the deer stands, you'll have to pull those down and probably put new ones up.
And how many customers do they normally have?
I'm not sure what they usually run through their lodge. It's several. They have. It's a pretty good sized lodge and hunting guide service for Calloway County. They have several people come through that lodge and with a guided hunt. So want to help them out and see if we can't figure out who caused that vandalism. Those people just come in and want to have a good hunt and enjoy some time hunting.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, I would definitely be writing that person out if I knew them.
Absolutely, yes. That money's an enticer. So so we want to catch who did that.
All right. Well, on the hunting subject, do you want us to talk about the safeties?
Sure. Yeah. There again, gun season. We always hear across the nation about accidental shootings and things like that in the woods, and some safety tips that I like to always tell everybody is you have to wear your hunter orange. the deer can't see you, so going camouflage is not helping anything, but you want the people to see you. So the main thing is to wear your hunter orange. Keep it on while you're in the stand when you're walking through the woods. Always gun safety. Gun unloaded till you get in the stand. We always hear about people climbing in the stand, dropping their weapon. It's loaded, charged, ready to go, and it discharges and winds up shooting somebody. So, of course, I hunt myself. I like to stay in the stand until right at dark. Make sure you know what you're shooting. Make sure that you are 110% confident that it's a deer and not a person walking back to their car, to another stand, or whatever. So, be sure you know what you're shooting at out there.
Okay. Well, you said earlier how every month you have a fugitive of the month.
That's correct.
So, who is it this month?
This month we're looking for William Reed Elliott, shown right there, 24-year-old white male. Mr. Elliott, we got in a pursuit with him back in September. Started out with Kentucky State Police over in Mayfield, got behind him, attempted a traffic stop on him. He fled from there, came into Calloway County, out in the Kirksey area, and he ran through a fence, hit a tree in a wooded area, hit one of our deputies, causing injury to him. So we have fleeing and evading warrants on him right now. We're trying to find out where he is. So there again, CRIMESTOPPERS will offer you a cash reward for any information that leads to his arrest. And we've been pretty successful getting our fugitives picked up here lately, especially after the show. Our last one last month got picked up shortly after we aired. So, so we want to get the word out on Mr. Elliott there and get him picked up.
That's awesome. How long have y'all been looking for him so far?
Since September. September the 2nd, I believe, is when our pursuit was, and he's been on the run since.
I wish you the best of luck to find him. You're welcome. And a few months ago, we did a show about drugs here in Callaway County. On the news, I've been seeing lately about heroin. Is that now a problem here? We
are starting to see it. It's like the other drugs that trickle down the system. It eventually gets everywhere, and yes, we are starting to see some heroin here in Callaway County. And the danger's it's not only how dangerous heroin is, but what we're also seeing is they're lacing the heroin with fentanyl, which is a pain reliever, but just a small dose of fentanyl mixed with that heroin can kill you. So we have seen a couple of overdoses where they have laced the fentanyl with the heroin. Of course, they're shooting it up through a needle. So very dangerous drug, especially when it's laced with the fentanyl. And of course, I don't understand why people mess with that. You don't want to do that to your body. But we are starting to see it. So encourage anybody that has any information on that to give us a call and help us combat the drug problem that we all have.
Yeah. Do you have any a number, maybe like an estimate on how many people have got
I don't. Died? We're actually looking. Our ASAP group and stuff are looking at those numbers to collectively see, what our hospital is seeing as far as overdoses or people coming in there that have been using. And of course, we looked at one time at what's called the needle exchange program, which is where you trade out, the health department trades out a needle for a dirty needle, somebody that used something. So Louisville and Lexington and some of those communities are using those right now, using the needle exchange program. We're not to that point, and there's a lot of controversy that surrounds that. So we're just looking at the problem that we may see coming down here, and coming down the pike right now.
How long have you been seeing this going on for?
We probably started seeing it a month or two ago. We started getting just a case here and a case there, and so it's gradually trickling down from the north.
You said a pain reliever. A pain reliever for what?
Fentanyl is, I'm presuming it's just your basic pain reliever. It's a strong pain reliever from what I understand. I'm just now doing some research on it because we're starting to see that combination. So it's new to this area, so anytime something new, it takes us a little bit of time to research it and figure out what they're doing and how they're making it. So that's what we're in the stages of doing, is figuring out how that combination works.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. And switching to another gear, the holidays.
Yes.
Thanksgiving's next week, which means Black Friday
That's right.
is on Black Friday.
Correct.
Do you want to talk about all the traffic that might, and then the shopping?
Sure. Black Friday, of course, is a week from this coming Friday, and it's always a madhouse, as everybody knows. And I guess what I want to caution people on is we tend to see an increase in thefts. And granted, those people have no right to take your stuff, but it's also we also see people start to get sloppy with their belongings. For instance, when you're in Walmart with the other 10,000 people, don't leave your purse sitting in your buggy. Hold on to it, and hold on to it tightly. We have seen in the past, strong arm robberies where they've taken the purse and jerked it away. So be cautious of that. When you put your gifts in your car, put them in the trunk. Not visibly where people can smash and grab. Smash your window out, grab your stuff, get it out of there. As you're coming out and going to various stores, take your stuff and lock them in the trunk of your car where nobody can see what you do have. Just small steps like that can save a lot of headaches and problems for you. You spend all that money on all those gifts or whatever, and they're gone in the blink of an eye. So I know how my budget works, and if somebody were to steal all my gifts at one time, we'd be in trouble. So, just keep those in mind. The small things like that make a big difference.
Why do you think people do this?
We see a lot of thefts. Actually, people that time of the year, they actually take the property back to the store and get the cash off of it. Is what we tend to see. So they've got all these new products that they've just stolen from somebody, and so many stores now you just walk back in and do a return on them. So we see that a lot during the holidays of people taking that property back into the stores, getting the cash off of it, and then doing their drugs with it. That's what we see most thefts are from. Is it all goes back to the drug system. It all goes back to the drug problem we have. So that's what we see a lot of.
What do y'all try to do about it? Or do you...
We encourage our businesses to put cameras up to help us combat problems like that. A lot of businesses hire extra security for this time of the year, so we encourage that. And then, of course, we, from the sheriff's office standpoint, put extra men out on the road. Some of our special deputies, they come in and ride, double up our cars, or they'll take their own vehicles and go out and ride the areas where we see, the growing problem of theft. So that's usually what we do to combat those things.
Okay. Well, thank you, and I hope you do enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
And do you have anything else you would like to add?
I think that's it. That's pretty much what we have going on right now at the sheriff's office.
All right. Well, thank you for your information.
Right. Thank you.
And that is it for this week's Sheriff's Report, and thank you for watching.